Hi, I'm Maria Lloyd with FinancialJuneteenth.com, and today I invited a really good friend of mine that I actually met through Facebook. His name is Maurice, but he actually goes by Mo. And today we're going to discuss how Black America can utilize social media, not just for the social aspect of it in terms of, getting to know a potential date or sharing funny videos or especially not sharing fighting videos, but we're going to talk about how to use it to empower Black America. So first off, Maurice, how are you?
I'm doing tremendous, Maria. How are you doing, my sister?
I'm well. Thank you so much for joining me
Thank you.
and sharing, your knowledge in this area. As I mentioned before, I met you through Facebook. I think we've been maybe following each other's posts for quite a while. I don't know how long we've been friends on Facebook. I'm not even sure how we, became friends on Facebook, but I'm very happy that we are. And one thing that I was really impressed with when it comes to you is just how you managed to get people connected. Like you really use social media to get like-minded Black people, progressive thinking Black people, self-sufficient driven Black people to connect. So could you offer our audience advice on how we can better use social media to kind of do what you're doing with it, and that's empower Black America?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I think the key thing we have to grasp is that Facebook is huge. It's very powerful, and it's powerful in the sense that it could put out very positive messages
Mm-hmm.
or very negative messages.
That's true.
And for me, what I typically do is I I choose groups where I can share information that I have, or if they have information on there that I think could be beneficial to me, then I'll start conversing with people, and then we'll get into exchanging information. Sorry, and that's pretty much how I work. Or sometimes another thing that I also do is that I'll follow different people,
Mm.
so I'll see what they're posting, and if it hits a nerve with me, then I'm like, you know what? Let me follow this person for a couple of weeks, or whatever the case may be. Let me see and read what they're saying, to
Mm-hmm.
see if it's something that I can learn from, or if I have anything that I can share with them. And that's basically what I do. And with Facebook, people like to put this information out there, I think, a little
Right.
bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so what I also been doing is that there was this one lady who was talking about, she was looking for a job, and so I had seen some postings, some job postings, and I contacted her to find out what area you in, and so she told me, and then I gave her that information. Now whether she got the job or not, I don't know, but for me, I just like to I like to try to help people out as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I think us as Black people, sometimes we spend too much time on Facebook. You know, we spend too much time in like stuff that's not progressive, stuff
Right.
that's not really moving us forward.
Right.
You know, you know what I'm saying? And also, I've noticed that the conversations are different in the different groups I'm in. Majority, majority of the groups, some of the groups that I'm in is mostly white folks,
Mm.
non-black people,
Mm.
and I noticed the conversation that they're having, and a lot of the conversations that they're having, we're not having, not nearly as much.
Wow.
They're talking about business. They're talking about joint venturing. They're talking about networking. Um, they're talking a lot of things that they're talking about is business aspects. Also, I mean, they talk about some political items of political stuff and things like
Right.
that. But I noticed that the conversation is totally different. You know that,
Wow.
and a lot of times they're always talking about networking. Like, let's get together, let's do this. And the key thing that I know personally, because I know some of them, they put their money up.
Right. Right.
They put their money up, and if someone has an issue, you see like an avalanche of people giving advice, giving suggestions, and I noticed that sometimes with some of our people, like when someone is posting a suggestion or advice, it starts to get petty. People start attacking
That's
instead
true.
of giving, instead of giving suggestions, or people are making jokes and like, this is not a joke and matter. This person asking for some help.
Right.
Can we like stay focused on that?
Right.
So like for me, I try to use Facebook as a platform to empower other people as well as empowering myself. And I go in, I make sure I select groups on Facebook where there's a lot of reciprocity, where I can give something to them,
right,
and hopefully I can get something back from them.
Right.
Whether it's a piece of information that they posted, or it could be an article talking about something, maybe like, I don't know, like how to lease a car,
right,
without getting burned. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or whatever the case might be. Things like that, or it could be, this is how I put my daughter in. This is how I put my daughter in college.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And they'll give steps and ideas and suggestions. And they'll give sources like where you can go to find their information. I just find that the conversations are very different. The people are more together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just not finding all that cattiness. And if there is like any pettiness, from what I've witnessed, they nip it in the bud.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? There'll be someone that'll come on and be like, hey, we need to
stay
chill
focused.
Out.
Right.
Yeah, stay focused. Yeah, exactly. They're focused on one agenda. Whereas I notice with our people, too many times, not all the time, we get a little bit too sidetracked. You know what I'm saying? And so, for me, I just try to go in to see what I can give to other people.
Right.
Like I don't give expecting anything. That's just not who I am. If I can give something to help somebody out, then that's what I do.
Right.
But I understand Facebook. You got the the different aspects of it where people want to just post funny stuff and post romance stuff, and that's cool. All that is needed, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But I just go in with a different focus in terms of what I'm trying to do, and any information that I get from these other groups, I always try to bring it back to my friends and other groups that I'm in. And one thing I notice is that some of the groups that I'm in, when I do post information, there's very little activity, and that's cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't post it for likes or anything. I say, hey, I'm just going to put it out there in the universe, and if someone can benefit from the information, great. If no one benefits from it, hey, that's on them.
Right.
And there's so many different things that you can use Facebook for. I know people who are actually using Facebook to earn an income.
Right.
Like they'll post a link and it has an affiliate link. Because people on Facebook will post a problem or issue. So if you have a solution for that issue or that problem, these people that I know that are in these other groups, they're posting their information with a link to wherever that site's going to lead to. And that's how they're making their money. I mean, I can't knock them for that.
Right, yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, I mean, I think we should be doing more of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Did I...
No. Go ahead, sister.
I was going to ask you, so, when you speak about the groups on Facebook, what groups, if you don't mind answering this question, because I do realize some groups are private, but what groups would you recommend for some of our people who are business savvy? Maybe they want to explore opportunities in entrepreneurship, or maybe they're considering investing in something, or maybe they just want to connect with like-minded, social activists who are very passionate about pushing forward Black America as a race of people. What groups would you recommend for that?
Well, I can't think of. There's one that deals with real estate. That it's called I think National Wholesalers, Real Estate
Okay.
Wholesalers. I would have to get the names of some of these groups.
Okay.
And then I can pass them on to you. But what I typically try to do is when I see a group that's of interest to me, I'll click on it and I'll go to their mission statement, see what the group is about, the
Okay.
information and that's how I kind of gauge to see. Okay, let me check out this book. This group. Sorry, and I'll kind of do like some reconnaissance.
Okay.
So I'll start checking, see what information, what type of posts that they're putting out there, and things like that. And some of these other groups that I was talking about, where it's mostly non-Black people, these are groups that I had paid for a product, a course, to earn, to make some residual income. And that's how I got
Wow.
into the group.
Wow, that's
saying?
very interesting.
Yes, and like I sell on eBay. That's one way. That's one of the ways I earn income.
Right.
And so, if you just do a search for like eBay selling, or there's a lot of single moms selling.
Right.
Single moms, like eBay moms, things like that. If you type in stuff like that, those groups will pop up, and then you just select those. You ask to join the group, and then from there you just network with people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And what I do is I have 2 Facebook accounts, and I have it for a reason, because I realized that my Morigo account that I have on Facebook, I post stuff that's specifically about Black issues.
Right. Okay.
And I know that these groups, where it's mostly non-Black people, if I was to friend them, it would cause some tension.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is sad, but it's the truth.
It's sad, and that's the truth. So what I did was I created 2 accounts with my full name and my pseudonym. I think that's what you call it. And so when I social account to people, to talk to those people that I'm in those groups in, because for whatever reason, they'll check I've noticed that they'll check your page, your profile, and they start seeing all this Black power stuff, Black only issues, and they start to get like, does this person hate white people? Like, nah, it's not about hating white people. It's just that I'm just for my people. That's
right.
it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I don't want to jeopardize my possible. Oh man, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me see.